Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the North Brunswick Township Board of Education regular public meeting. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. Could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ali.
Here.
Mr. Carter.
Here.
Miss James.
Here.
Miss Keefe.
Here.
Mr. Lagori. Dr. Patel.
Here.
Mr. Singh.
Here.
Ms. Toth.
Here.
And Mr. Wen.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, the public notice of this meeting, which included the time, date, and location, was distributed by 3 p.m. on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, and Wednesday, November 27, 2024, in the following manner. Posted on the bulletin board reserved for announcements in the board office, 25 Linwood Place, North Brunswick. Mailed to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, NJ.com, and the clerk of the Township of North Brunswick, and delivered to the 9 duly elected board members. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see such a large audience and see some of our students. How is everyone tonight? Good? Well, we're so happy you're here. We're so excited for the performance you're going to be putting on for us and our presentation. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Mrs. Chiroka to introduce our presentation for the evening.
Thank you, and it is great to see everyone here. Love all the faces and the young children joining us. This is our combination regular agenda meeting and our conference meeting. So we generally have a conference meeting every spring, January through June at 4 of our schools, and we've gone to visit some of our other schools this year. We'll be at Linwood next week, but because our preschoolers were scheduled for February when it's dark outside, we didn't think that was probably a really great time to bring them in the cold, so we decided to combine this meeting. So Mr. Passner, I'd like to welcome you up to share more about the preschool.
I want to thank you. I am so proud to be here tonight. I said last month's meeting was my favorite. That was before our students. So I want to give our students the chance first. So if we can move to the next slide, I want to introduce Mrs. Brenda Wall, music special area teacher at the North Brunswick Township Early Childhood Center, and an amazing leader of our preschool special area teacher.
For inviting us this evening. We're really excited. We've been practicing really hard for you. We have our preschoolers here today, and we're going to perform 3 songs for you. So at this moment, I'd like you to quietly have walking feet. Come on up here, follow me. We're going to stand on the top step, watch your step, and turn and face your family. And up here. Let's take a look. You can move down for Honeybee. Arch, come on over here. Good, arch here. Don't let your toes go past the gray. And Himmet, you can come up here. Natalie and Callie, you can come up here. I'll put the music on and then let's get started singing right away. We like to do a lot of music and movement in our classes.
Oh, I'm just going to take this.
Callie is super excited to sing for you guys today, as well as all of our other friends. So we are ready. For you guys ready to sing? Yes? Oh, they're so excited, I can tell. All right, here we go. All of our songs are performed with sign language. And here is song number 1. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I'm your friend, you're my friend. He's my friend, she's my friend. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends
never be your friends are my friends are my friends are your friends. I'm but I hear you be.
Mahalo to the skies above.
Thank you so much, parents, for bringing your children. They were wonderful. Beautiful job. I know our music team is going to be especially proud that these students are coming up to join the music program at the elementary schools eventually.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lamaldi.
There are no words to express the smiles on our faces watching our students perform in front of the community. And thank you to all of our teachers, staff members, friends, Mrs. Lamaldi, parents. You don't know how much we appreciate families. We're so proud to have you, and especially preschool, as they're 3, 4, 5 years old. This foundation will be building on through. I want to thank all of our students and families. And before I start talking about how many students we have, if you would like to see some of our artwork from the art show, I saw so many of your friendly faces at our art show a few weeks back, but feel free to take a look, and you're more than welcome to head off to get started with your bedtime routine, to get ready for us tomorrow morning, 1 o'clock closing, but we'll see you everyone tomorrow morning early. Families and students, I'm so proud of you. And say this right, I'm sorry.
Mr. Pastor, can you do me a favor and use the microphone too, because they can't get it on the broadcast. Thank you.
So I was just sharing again. Thank you to all of our teachers, families, students, staff, all the community members for supporting our preschool students. We're so proud of what they do each and every day in our schools. Seeing them perform, there's no words that we can have to express the joy in this room, watching our students just performing in front of crowds like this. And just like Mrs. Shiroka said, Mrs. Noodleman and those beautiful things happening in the high school and the elementary schools and the middle school in Linwood with music. We are looking forward to these students performing in those as the years. We got some superstars in here. So can I ask everyone to give our students one more round of applause? And there's cookies in the back for the students to celebrate their great work on their way off to bedtime routines. So thanks again, everyone. Parents, you know if there's anything you need, feel free to reach out to us anytime. We're so happy to see you at 7 o'clock at night instead of 7 in the morning times. So great seeing you. We look forward for those families. We have a lot of end-of-year activities coming up. Donuts with grown-ups coming up, end-of-year celebrations. We can't wait to see you all. We're so proud of every student in here, and can all of our students give themselves 3 pats on the back for a job well done? 1, 2, 3. Great job, everybody. Well, I'm going to ask if it's okay if we take like about a 2 to 3 minute recess, just to let everyone transition out.
Absolutely.
Make sure the cookies are open.
We're so proud of you.
They were so cute.
Seeing them out here.
I wanted to learn that song too.
Better ones than me. You saw it, Mike. We want to thank everyone again, but I want to get back to what I'm excited about, which is preschool. We can't can't be more excited about the amazing things happening in North Brunswick Township Schools since we started the P expansion grant all the way back in 2019, 2020. We know those times were different times, but one of the things that we're so proud of is the growth when we look at the numbers of students served. Prior to us being part of the grant, we housed 85 students in half-day programs at the ECC all the way over in Milltown, for those of us that remember when we rented that building. And over the last 6 years, we have seen tremendous growth, going from 85 students to 578 district-wide. We are so proud of the mixed delivery that we're providing, utilizing our schools in district, the ECC, and our community partners. We go to the next slide, please, but it's just, the growth is just, it's a game changer. And when we think about full-day preschool across the state, I was fortunate enough to be in an early childhood leadership committee meeting on Monday. And when we see districts joining in from year one, to us that have been doing this for multiple years and seeing the successes and the systems thinking, again, to continue that growth with instruction, giving our students at 3, 4, and 5 years old the opportunities and chances to learn and to be part of our district from such a young age. I'm proud to introduce my partner, my preschool supervisor of instruction, Carrie Ann Egan-Ragavas. She's going to give a little update on the curriculum. Thank you, Carrie Ann.
As good as Callie, but I will try. So thanks for having us. A little bit about what preschool looks like, right? So we're in 10 locations, and we work very hard on all 10 locations having fidelity with curriculum across the board, right? We want to make sure all of our classrooms in all location are running exactly the same. And so how we do that is we use a curriculum called Creative Curriculum. We also take data on our students. What that looks like is we have an assessment that we actually utilize the same platform as the rest of the district. We input all of their data into something called Link It. And what that helps us is to see our growth, right? All the growth they're making throughout the year, but also where we can continue to grow as a program, where we can continue to help our kindergartners, our first grade, because early childhood is not just preschool, right? It's preschool through 3rd grade. So we want to make sure that we are transitioning our preschoolers into every grade the way that they should be, having the knowledge that they should moving along. So we are able to take that data, take a look to see where our deficits are or where our strengths are, and then be able to modify our program when we need to do. And so we use something called Creative Curriculum. It's a play-based curriculum. I think oftentimes people think that and they just think everyone's just playing all day. And yes, it is fun, but everything has a purpose, right? So for example, you'll see on the board some of the fun things that we do. So we categorize by buttons, size, color. So some of our studies we do are trees, winter, clothing, buildings, spring and insects, reduce, reuse, recycle, pets, and end of the year. So what could you do with clothing, right? So much. You can do so much. You can categorize by fabrics. You can learn how to measure, right? That's a good math concept. So we do lots of different things within each study. We cut open shoes to see what the sole looks like on the inside in science area, right? How fun is that? We string shoelaces and see how long it can go. We measure those. Which one's longer, which one's shorter, learning sizes. Then also we categorize what do you wear in the winter versus what do you wear in the summer, right? Some of the fun things some teachers do is they bring in some clothes, and when kids go into their centers, they get to put on clothes on top of their clothes and play in centers with different kinds of things on. Maybe it's an old fireman's hat. Maybe it's different kinds of shoes. All these fun things, and they love to learn those kinds of ways. So you can see all the fun things that we do with clothing. Also, every center sort of changes per study. So for example, you can see in that picture, they did a clothing store. So they're learning how to collect some money, pay for something, buy something. And so those are what our studies kind of look like. So they're learning, but it's fun. We're not taking them and sitting at a desk and doing pencil and paper. Everything has a purpose. So that's a little bit about our curriculum, making sure all the classrooms are doing it throughout the district.
I like to clap. Celebrate success. Can I ask if we go to the next slide? And I cannot thank enough all of our staff that's here, but I would love to give Ms. Sheena Chen and Ms. Jessica Baum a chance to come up and tell us a little bit about the day from our teacher's side and from what our children are doing. Can everyone give them a round of applause? You are amazing.
Good evening. I'm Sheena Chen. I'm an integrated teacher in the preschool program. So I teach students of the general education population as well as special education.
My name is Jessica Baum. I'm a special education teacher. I work in our PSD program, so I work in our self-contained classrooms in the preschool area.
So we're really excited to share with you about our preschool day and how we intentionally teach some of these lifelong skills throughout our general routines and our procedures.
A crucial aspect of our preschool curriculum that often goes unnoticed is teaching transitions. It's actually one of my favorite things to talk about, specifically during arrival and dismissal. These moments are more than just routines. They are vital learning opportunities for our young children. Transitions help children develop essential life skills. When we teach students how to arrive at school and how to go home, how to settle in, how to prepare for the day, we are fostering independence and responsibility. By encouraging them to hang up their coats, place their belongings in designated areas, and greet their peers and teachers, we will instill the sense of ownership over their environment. We are also working on self-regulation as children transition from home to school. This includes moving away from their trusted caregivers and building trust in the school environment. They learn that although they are separated from their families, those families will return at the end of the day, and we're fostering a safe and secure place at school.
Our circle time is a structured whole group activity that fosters language development, social engagement, and encourages children to interact and communicate with one another, creating a strong sense of community in the classroom. During this time, we focus on key academic skills such as counting, shared writing, activating prior knowledge, asking questions, all while aligning with our current curriculum unit of study. This engaging format helps promote prolonged attention and enhances students' understanding of the topics that we explore.
Another important part of preschool is our related service providers. We were very lucky to have some of them here tonight supporting our students. Service providers such as OTs, physical therapists, and speech therapists play an essential role in our preschool setting. They work collaboratively with educators to ensure that all children receive the support they need to thrive. By integrating these therapeutic activities into our daily routines, these professionals help children develop crucial skills such as fine motor skills, coordination, balance, and communication. Gross motor time is another important part of our day. Teaching gross motor skills in preschool is vital for children's physical development and overall well-being. Engaging in activities like running, jumping, climbing not only build strength and coordination, but also enhance our social skills as children learn to play together. These experiences lay a foundation for a healthy lifestyle and boost their confidence as they navigate the environment. By incorporating gross motor activities into our daily routine, we offer fun opportunities to learn as well as grow our large muscle groups.
Our center time provides an extended time for play, allowing students to make choices, engage in meaningful interactions with their peers, and during this time, they work on social skills, problem solving, taking turns, developing their language. And during this time, teachers are actively supporting the students, their academic skills, while they are doing children-driven play. So that creates a rich learning environment for them to grow. And then we also have small group instruction, which is a structured time that allows our staff to now further differentiate our instruction because we teach ages 3, 4, and 5, focusing on key areas such as math, literacy, social emotional development, fine motor skills, and following directions. This targeted approach enables teachers to meet the specific needs of each child, providing them the personalized support that they need.
In conclusion, a preschool day is so much more than playtime. It is a foundational experience where children learn essential life skills and pave the way for future educational success. Our curriculum is designed to foster independence, social interaction, and emotional resilience, all while preparing students for the next steps in their academic journey. Collaboration is key in this process. By working closely with administration, fellow educators, and various departments, we ensure that we meet the diverse needs of our students and their families. This teamwork not only enriches our teaching practices, but also creates a supportive environment where our child can thrive. Throughout my journey as a special education teacher, I've encountered many unique, complex situations when supporting students and their families. In each case, the special education department within this district has responded with unwavering support, collaboration, and commitment. I have never been met with a no at the ECC, only with shared determination to meet each child's need. Here, every student matters and every family is valued, and that is something truly meaningful to be a part of. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I'm never speechless, but you're lucky when you have work with such an amazing team. You don't have that much to say. You know what I mean? But what I am just so proud of and what they bring to life is preschool again. The day that our students have 3 years old coming in, just separation from their parents at the door, and all those intentional points to help our students succeed each and every day. And we're just so proud of our staff and our team. Thank you so much. I need another round of applause for that. And we thought it'd be important. We'll show what, we don't want to talk about it. We like to show what we're doing. So before we go on, I just want to talk about the goals we set when we started the year, and we talk about this growth of this program. Ms. Keefe knows from the days when we started that one of the most important things to us was that coordination of 10 locations. Making sure that each and every location that our students are in are part of our preschool community. And that is one of the things we are so proud of with our coaching team, Mrs. Raghavas, and we're being in the buildings and the community partners that we work with. You know, the collaboration has been special, and to see us grow to 10 locations throughout the community. So we're going to talk about these real quickly, but our 5 goals: coordination of 10 locations, creating a welcoming environment for all families, family engagement, community partnerships, and I talked earlier about celebrating success. Can you go to the next slide? So the first one, again, is the coordination of the 10 locations. As you know, in district, we did add, we expanded to 3 new providers this school year. We are at the ECC, Judd, Livingston Park, Parsons, John Adams, Oscillera, which is on Route 1, Lightbridge Academy 27, our new Lightbridge 130, Kitty Academy and Kids Are Kids would also join with us this year for our first year. It's been exceptional seeing the way that we've worked together as a team, meeting the needs of all of our families. And the thing that we're so proud of too is having part of all parts of town represented. So students are, again, places throughout North Brunswick. And one last thing before we say that is just also another thing about that we've done a lot with coordination is we have monthly meetings with Carrie Ann and I with every admin team in the district. There's a standing monthly meeting with all the elementary building admin teams once a month and with all of our community partners once a month. Having that clear message for everyone to be on the same page with opportunities to know when we're meeting, clear agendas, chances for questions has been so important for us in the growth of the program. Welcoming environment for all families. Well, I thank everyone here for making our families feel so welcome tonight at the Board of Education meeting. And I know if my child, 3, 4, or 5-year-old already on stage, it's amazing. But one of the things we like to do is we like to share our story of preschool to let the community know what we're doing. You hear preschool, we hear what we're doing, but when you see what's happening in all 10 buildings, it's incredible. So just some examples from John Adams inviting members of the community in during their clothing unit that were parents who came in as special guest visitors to like show their uniforms from their jobs. And Carrie Ann was talking about the clothing unit. We had, we have the Oscillera Learning Center provides monthly family engagement network meetings. I love to get a chance to go there to represent us, to show that partnership. Lightbridge Academy, they're always doing things, inviting families in and trying new things as well. And again, making those families feel part of our community day in, day out. Next up. Family engagement is key. And family engagement in preschool is such a unique opportunity for families to get involved from the get-go and see all those different services that we offer. From back to school night conferences, American Education Week, having guest readers come in for celebrations. Even we were so excited last week, we had to throw in, we were able to do for the first time ever at ECC, Take Your Child to Work Day. And seeing our students interacting with our staff's students is a memory those children will have for the rest of their lives. We had a lot of requests on Friday. Are the big kids coming back? So, and we also heard some big kids that really wanted to come back. But also the chance for our staff to introduce their kids to their classes, and just, it's something that'll never be forgotten, and thank you for us having that opportunity. Next, but family engagement we talk about, it's not just our students, it's our staff, it's all of our families. We're all part of the same team. Our community partnerships has been a goal since day one, that we continue to expand and be part of the community. One of the key goals we want our families to know is being part of this district brings a lot of great advantages and different relationships that we've built and we've really cultivated over the years. Be it working together with the North Brunswick Township Police Department for their annual toy drive. Working with we do our annual Thanksgiving food drive for the food bank during American Education Week. We were fortunate this year, Mr. Whalen, we really appreciated for the first time ever, we were able to bring the fire department down to our students. And just the joy on all of our children's faces. And again, children 3, 4, and 5-year-old with all different levels of needs and areas of opportunities and growth, but the growth every day. Every day you see it, and that's what's so special about preschool. But we're so lucky to work in a community that has that support. The MBTEA always supporting our events. The public library, Trader Joe's, all these places over the years we've been building relationships with because we want them to feel like when our students go into this grocery store, they're part of this community. You might see that teacher when they go to Costco and see me on Sunday afternoon shopping. And Mr. Shorter. But that just, I say this is so important. Celebrate success. We are fortunate to have such an amazing team. We are fortunate to have amazing family and supportive administration, supportive Board of Education, Superintendent's Office. But to celebrate every day our students, 3, 4, and 5 years old, having these experiences that I know when I was that age, I was sitting by my grandma's lap, watching some TV with her and seeing the experiences. And just a couple that we celebrated were Judd's Spirit Day and the One Book Project. We had a virtual assembly, and then we had a big event with all our families to read the book that the MBTEA purchased for every student. The students still talk about those books when you go in the rooms. They say, Mr. Pasner, you gave me that book. And that's incredible. And we talk more about end of unit fashion show, our Livingston Park team always having families, making them feel part of everything each and every day, and how special that is. The next one, which is something new we tried this year, which was the preschool week of the young child. Participated in something that's celebrated across the entire nation, NAEYC. And we were fortunate to have so many events planned. Our district art show was that week. They did different events in all of our schools that were coordinated. We had a resource fair here, working together with the Middlesex County Family Services. Seeing our teams at Kids Are Kids, Kiddie Academy, all of our schools are represented in these pictures because we know these things are happening in all of our buildings. And the last one is, in closing, we did bring some samples from our art show last week. So if you have a chance, you're more than welcome to see. It's representation from every building. So there's work from all of our students. And we were so fortunate during our art show a couple weeks ago, which was also on Artsy Thursday for Week of the Young Child, we had hundreds of families and students here in the building coming and going to see this work, celebrating their children. Public library signing people up for library cards. All these things, the MBTEA donating food. There were all these wonderful things happening, and just the sense of joy where we had a child walk in and the dad said to me, you said to my daughter that one day she'd be in the art show. And now her big sister's here to support her little sister. And that's just something, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And we just can't wait to keep impacting the future in North Brunswick. We thank you so much for your time. I'm always here for questions. I'm always excited to talk about this stuff, and so is Carrie Ann. But In closing, we are so fortunate to work in such an amazing district, supporting our students, families, and the community. Thank you for this opportunity.
Mr. Pastner, Ms. Egan, Ms. Chen, Ms. Baum, thank you so much for your presentation tonight. And I think, the whole picture you paint really shows not only our board, but our community, how vital a really strong preschool program is, right? This is bringing kids into school early and getting them exposure to things that they would not be exposed to prior to that. We had years ago, before Dr. Zukowski left, early on, people were saying, well, preschool is just babysitting. And it's not. It's so much more. And being a preschool teacher, as everybody saw here, it's not necessarily the easiest. Rounding up little cats. It can be a challenge. But the patience that you guys exhibit and just the love of the children is incredible. And, all the different pieces of the program just really go to make it a vibrant and really essential part of what's leading into our elementary schools. So thank you all very much. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for suggesting the change in evening. We appreciate that. Anybody here on the board want to make a comment?
I can't help myself because that was wonderful. I love the babies. All children are near and dear to my heart, but the preschool, they really get me. And it was just wonderful seeing the various personalities and our one main character energy that was over here that we cannot miss, who knew what she wanted and knew that she knew the lyrics as well and sang it quite well. So that was beautiful and very entertaining. Just thank you. And I want to, of course, mimic Superintendent Shiroka's sentiments that, of course, I personally value early childhood just because of the exposure and preparing them for likelihood of success later on for academic achievement. I think it's very important. I think that the state of New Jersey has clearly invested in that initiative, and I fully support it. But also having children exposed to the creative curriculum, which is a play-based curriculum, but also you all have and provide a language-rich environment, which I think just promotes literacy and increased comprehension, and again, a likelihood of success for academic achievement later. So I applaud you. I thank you all for doing the hard work that starts off at preschool and continues for many years to come. But I'm very grateful for the presentation tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I also just want to echo that as well. You all have the patience of saints, first of all. Let me just say that, because not everyone can do what you do. But it's not, you could tell that this is not just a job for you. This is your life. This is something that you enjoy. I don't know how you stop smiling throughout the day. Your face must hurt at the end of the day. But it's just so amazing to see. And, not every district in the state of New Jersey offers preschool. Some of them don't even offer kindergarten. And so we are so lucky that we are able to offer that here, especially at the beginning of a child's school career, and then working our way into, our other great schools. So, it's a chance for someone to start so young here and then end up at the end graduating. So we're very thankful for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, staff.
Well, I hate to be the one who's going to move on to this next exciting topic.
We were a little fun preview.
They were the fun preview.
We're a good appetite.
I get to present the final budget to you. So obviously, this is our final budget presentation. The last one was in March, in the early days of March, when we had just gotten our data from the state. We presented a preliminary budget to you and then said we would come back in April with our final budget based on whether things would change or not. Nothing has changed. So I will go through this very quickly. I'm not going to give you the entire spiel, but as you may recall, our income for MBT schools come from the local tax levy, state aid, and grants and entitlements. And those grants are like the federal grants you hear about, Title I, Title II, et cetera. We strive for that budgetary balance, the ever-present scales, not scales of justice, but scales of budgetary balance. We have a fiscal responsibility to the township taxpayers, to the community, to our school district to make sure that we are fiscally responsible in how we spend our money, but we also have to make sure that we are spending that money to provide educational integrity and providing the absolute best and prioritizing things that will move forward our student achievement. As I mentioned previously, there were a lot of budgetary challenges this year. First and foremost was a 3% state aid cut. We had a 12% increase in health benefits costs. We had negotiated, and very important negotiated, contract increases to retain staff, which was a 4% increase for our NBTEA staff members and 3.66 for our administrative association. We saw increase in energy costs, nothing new to anybody who pays their utility bills. 3% increase in transportation costs, which we were actually able to, be proactive and reach out to our transportation department and get a 3%, which we were actually very happy with. We were also told that we would lose 25% of our title grant funding from the state of New Jersey, all within a 2% tax levy cap required by the state of New Jersey, as well as special education costs being much higher than they have in the past. So, fiscal responsibility. We want to maintain educational integrity. We have programs that we're working to implement next year, curriculum updates, which include the K-2 benchmark rollout. We did 3 through 5 this past year, and we had a whole task force really looking at what kind of high-quality curricular materials we need for 5 through 9 math. And so those are a big expense that are in this budget for next year. But that's a big priority because our teachers really need strong instructional materials. We know that those are areas that we need foundational literacy skills, and this is what the Benchmark Advanced program provides, using the science of reading and a phonetic approach, and then also a background knowledge approach for students, because that's one of the pieces in learning to read, that students need strong background knowledge as well. Their comprehension cannot exist if they don't have strong background knowledge. And then in math, 5 through 9 continuum, looking at the algebra, preparing students for algebra, and making sure, again, that teachers have rich curricular materials and consistent materials. And those also encompass materials that provide for bilingual and dual language students, materials in Spanish, because we have many students who need those programs, not only in English, but also Spanish. We also have, technology needs that we need to provide for, professional learning, continued facilities maintenance. Even though we do have our, we did get our referendum passed, we will have continued maintenance that is not part of that referendum work that will be done. Continued COVID academic challenges, as well as mental health challenges, making sure we're meeting those needs, and increased social emotional and ELL services. And again, making sure that our schools are safe and secure, so we have to maintain those costs as well. We also have to preserve personnel priorities, making sure that we're keeping students in district, providing programs to accelerate student success, comprehensive specialized programs, not only for students who struggle, but for those who need to be challenged, meeting the needs of that preschool universe, academic and social needs for our subgroups, and committing to continuing our intervention and enrichment supports. We want to maximize efficiency and flexibility by optimizing our staffing models and collaborating across departments to ensure that all roles continue to support student achievement. So we have been very looking, you see a lot of districts talking about cuts. We have been able to manage that through reducing some staff through retirements, resignations, and non-renewals and reassignments. We have looking at role modifications to reduce any duplications of services and utilizing grant funds in the most efficient way to make sure our programs are sustainable and meeting some of our personnel needs. And continuing to keep our talented staff by making sure that we are providing the programs that help them and support them. So the operating budget is made up of 3 parts. You have your general fund, which is general expense, capital outlay, and charter school costs. You have your grants and entitlements, and your debt service fund. So that's made up of the board fair share, as well as the debt service revenue and the local tax levy. So if you look at this is the comparison from 24-25 on the right to 25-26. So you'll see that the tax levy is up a little bit. It's 91 million versus 88 last year. State aid is down. It was 37% last year, 39% last year. This year it will be 37% of our budget. We are using a little bit more of our maintenance and capital reserves to do work around the buildings. That's a little bit more, 0.9%. Miscellaneous revenue, 0.3%, a little bit more than last year. We took a big hit on our semi, which is money that we get through services we provide for special needs services, and we've always done very well by putting that money into the budget and getting the state to reimburse us for those things. And unfortunately, it's gone down to from $261,000 to about 44 is what they're telling us we're going to get this year. So that was also a hit. So you can see that the comparison for the general fund was at 148 million last year, and it's at 149.7 for this year. And so this is our appropriations. 71.6 of our budget is salaries and benefits. 5.6 goes to charter schools. 5.5 is transportation, and that excludes salaries. Facilities, 5.2. Again, we have to maintain strong and safe facilities for our families and our students. Pupil services is 3.8%. Tuitions is 2.6. Instruction, 2.3. Administration, finance, and technology, 1.6. Capital, 1.5. And all other, 0.5. This leaves us with a total budget for approval of $169,047,308. The tax levy impact, as we talked about, the allowable increase was 2%. The state aid cut was 3% or $1.7 million. The state, however, does allow us to use the health benefits waiver, and we did talk about this extensively at the budget hearing. We are allowed to take that health benefits waiver to make up for the great health benefits costs that we have, which is $1.4 million. So the tax levy impact with the allowable increase of 2% plus the health care waiver of 1.57 would equal a 3.57 increase of the tax levy. However, not really. Again, Dr. Z math. The debt levy is down because we have bonds that are coming off of the books. Some of those bonds we just are reinvesting in our referendum, our bond sale that we'll hear more about in a few minutes. However, there was more to that debt that was coming off the books. So when you do the math, the taxes are only going up 2.5%. So if you compare that to what's going on in many districts around us, that is actually very positive for our taxpayers. On a home of $137 a year, have $137,000, it would be 100 on an average home, right, Rosa?
Yeah, average home.
It's $137 a year.
$1,000, an average home, yep.
And then
Assessed.
$1148 a month. And this is the total budget that you will be voting on tonight. And this is the budget sheet you were all given, and it breaks it down by each category. There was no change from before. And any questions?
Anyone, questions or comments?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you Superintendent Shiroka for presenting us the final budget. We, at this time, we will open for public session on the final budget. If anyone would like to come up to the podium and speak about the budget only, we ask that you state your name and you'll be given 3 minutes. All right, seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public portion regarding to the budget?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? This session is closed.
Thank you. Okay. At this time, we will do a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2025-2026 school district budget. May I have a motion, and could someone please read item 7?
I'll take it.
Thank you.
I move to authorize the adoption of the fiscal year 2025-2026 school district budget as submitted to and approved by the New Jersey Department of Education.
Second.
So I'm going to take roll call on this. Mr. Ali?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Miss James?
Yes.
Miss Keefe?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen.
Yes.
We've accepted and approved the budget for 25-26.
Thank you. Mr. Carter, would you please take item number 8?
Yes, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve the following board minutes. Regular public meeting minutes, March 26, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We've accepted the minutes.
Thank you. Any communications this evening?
No communications this evening.
Thank
My
you.
Administrative report.
Great, we could jump to that.
So good evening to all of our families, guests, and viewers here tonight. As we head into the last 2 months of school, there are a lot of activities wrapping up the year and showcasing our talented students both academically and musically. Spring concerts began last night with our John Adams Spring Concert, and the next concert is on May 14th for the NBT-MS Choir Orchestra. There are concerts, and I won't go into each one, but we have concerts on May 14th, 16th, 20th, 21st, 23rd, 30th, June 4th, June 6th, and June 10th. So there are many concerts coming. There will be lots of announcements from your schools. You can see the everything on the website, and we really do encourage you to come out and hear the beautiful music, just like you had heard our preschoolers today. The performances are amazing, from the youngest to the oldest students, and they're really incredible talents out there. So we would love for you to come and see those concerts. Please keep a close eye for more events via Parent Square and our school websites. This afternoon, we were able to honor 2 employees who sadly passed away this past year: Michael Henderson, custodian at Parsons School, and Barbara Bethia, a lunch playground aide at Judd School. We have established a memorial garden in collaboration with the MBTEA, and really thank them for their work on that to honor these staff members. And we were able to have the unveiling today outside on this beautiful day to honor Michael and Barbara. Their families came, we had some nice words, and there's some lovely plaques there for them. So if you're ever, it's still daylight when you leave here, please, go out the front door and take a right, and over by the gazebo, you will see the gardens and the memorial plaques for each of the special staff members. So that's been a great partnership, and we really appreciate doing that with the MBTEA. So please make sure you get a chance to take a look at that at some point. That's it for my administrative report this evening, Madam President.
Thank you. All right, we'll jump over to our student report. Good evening, Miss Keefe.
Hello.
Flying solo tonight, huh?
No, unfortunately, Mia can't be here because she's just getting back from her DECA trip.
Okay, great.
But we have a lot for me to talk about, considering we had a break. So first off, in the first week of April, we had Pep Week run by SGO. It was a short week, so we only had 4 days, but Tuesday was College Day, and it's really focused for the seniors. Everybody participates, but it's really for the seniors to show off what college they're going to be going to. Then Wednesday was Bikers versus Surfers, kind of like the movie Teen Beach Movie on Disney Channel, if anybody's ever seen that. And then Thursday and Friday, normally it's always Class Colors and Blue Gold. And then we had our final pep rally where the seniors completed the sweep of winning the Spirit Cup for the year. We took out all 3 pep rallies. Then next up, class of 2027 had a movie night where they showed 10 things I hate about you, and they raised a lot of money for their class. The Gaming and Animation Club held their first ever Super Smash Bros. Tournament, and they had a lot of success, and everybody who went had a lot of fun. The Italian Club held a successful Scopa night where they taught the Italian card game. And this past week, Alchemist put a great run of the musical Little Shop of Horrors. And basically, Thursday night they had a show, Friday night they had a show, and then Saturday they had 2 showings of the musical. All 4 shows were absolutely amazing. And I know the seniors are really going to miss Alchemist and all that community brings to their life. And then elections for SGO and class office were held this past week. Mia will be rejoining you here next year as the president.
Oh, wonderful.
And next, the executive board will be chosen, and the students that are chosen overall are going to start planning the events for next year and all the fundraising that'll go on.
Great. You always have a lot going on. Yeah. So you have some news for us, maybe? Tomorrow might be a big day for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be committing to Ohio State.
Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big day for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think you have to say
The Ohio State
University.
University.
Practice that.
Definitely. Big day for Miss Keefe and her family. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Very happy for you. All right, so we'll jump over to committee reports. We don't have Mr. Ligori tonight, who is our liaison for New Jersey school boards and the county school boards and the township council, but just in his absence, there is a county meeting coming up in May for us board members. It's on Wednesday, May 21st. Hopeful that we can get a good crowd either there or remotely. And that is the final meeting of this school year for the county school boards. So at this time, we will move to our 3 general committees. Mr. Ali, Education, you want to start us off tonight?
Sure will. Hello, everybody. The Education Committee met on April 23rd at 6 p.m. and we have a few updates tonight. Our ESL teachers, in the area of assessments and grants, our ESL teachers and staff will be attending a professional development session at the Hyatt in New Brunswick. There have been additional amendments to the Elementary and Secondary Education Act grant. The New Jersey Learning Assessments, those exams started on April 28th and will end on May 21st. We have concluded our spring measure of academic progress testing, which is used to measure math, reading, and writing of our kindergarten through 10th graders. And our Summer Institute and Summer Academy will begin on July 7th and it will last until August 7th. And this year we will be hosted at the middle school, and we're getting ready to hire teachers and staff who are going to be working this summer. In the area of curriculum and technology, our district leadership has recently finished their summative evaluations of all non-tenured staff, so that's great. And this year, instead of Earth Week, we had a robust Earth Month, and we had different themes throughout the week, and some of which were reducing our impact, healthy communities, educating for a healthy planet, protect and preserve, and we'll be finishing up this week with building green spaces. We've also submitted our language instruction educational 3-year program plan to the New Jersey Department of Education. Some good news, and we have invited 41 8th graders to our STEM Academy this year for next year at the high school. And the National Honor Society has 20 juniors who will be introduced into the National Science Honor Society on May 1st at the high school. And the high school also has been reaccredited by Middle States Association, which will now last through July 2032. And in the area of people and personnel services, we have 2 policies up for first reading and 3 policies up for second reading. The first reading policies are 5701, which replaces our previous plagiarism policy and now has been updated to language to encompass academic integrity. And our second policy for first reading is 5710, which is our student grievances policy. And we have 3 readings for second reading. Policy 5533, which is our state mandated updates about student smoking and electronic smoking devices. 5111, which provides updates and guidance pertaining to eligibility of residents and non-residents in our district. And lastly, 2365, which is our acceptable use of generative artificial intelligence technology, which is AI. And we'll be making a district-wide AI plan in the coming months that will cover students, staff, and teachers, and everyone who may use AI. So thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Ali. Dr. Patel, Human Resources.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, Madam President. Okay, so the Human Resources Committee, Relations Committee met on Wednesday, April 23rd to discuss various personnel topics. For those on tonight's agenda, who are retiring or resigning, the board thanks them for their service and wishes them well. There are new teaching staff for the 2025 and 2026 school year, as well as new substitute staff on tonight's agenda. We welcome all those new members to our district, and we look forward to having you work with us here in North Brunswick. As part of our committee meeting, any remaining vacancies for the 2025-2026 school year continue to be in the interview stages and will be posted until filled. All of our current openings can be found on our district website, social media pages, and posted in each of our buildings. For any teaching positions, alternate route and traditional route candidates are both encouraged to apply. We discuss any current vacancies as well as leave of absences and how those positions are being filled via daily subs, long-term subs, or 6 teaching periods. Ms. Kita shared that there is 1 remaining virtual job fair coming up on May 22nd, and that she and several school administrators participated in 2 during March and April. Lastly, the committee reviewed a revised job description for athletic trainer, which can be found on tonight's agenda for approval. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Carter, Business Operations.
Yes, thank you. The Business Operations Committee met on Wednesday, April 23rd. We received status updates on the bond sale, which took place on Thursday, April 24th. We had 9 bidders, and the rate was in line with the projected rate. We will close on May 15th. The Linwood cooler is turned on and is working, as you can feel. We also have a number of updates that will begin at the end of June at multiple schools, including Livingston Park paving and traffic flow updates, Parsons courtyard and concrete updates, MBTHS, MRC cubicle installation and auxiliary gym floor repainting, and also district-wide updates on HVAC controls that are funded by the ROD grant. The site visit took place yesterday, and lead water testing is nearing completion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. I'm sure you'll have a lot of updates for us in the near future with the bond referendum.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right. At this time, Mr. Wen, would you take item 11, please?
Yes, Madam President. I would like to make a motion to approve the administrative, student, and committee reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? All the reports are accepted.
Thank you. At this time, we will take a moment to review our agenda for this evening. As previously stated in all of our meetings, the board members received the agenda prior to tonight's meeting. So we've had a chance to review. Any changes from our last viewing have been put in bold. So at this time, we'll start on page 4 and 5. Pages 6 and 7. Pages 8 and 9. (10) and 11. (12), 13. (14) and 15. And then 16, wrapping up on page 17. Generally, pretty short agenda this evening, so we can jump back to page 4.
Wait till May.
Yeah. All right, at this time, we will do a public session on agenda items only. If anyone from the public would like to come up and speak on any items listed on the agenda, this is the time. We ask that you just state your name, and you'll be given 3 minutes. All right, seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public portion of this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Well, this session is closed.
Thank you. Ms. Keefe, would you please take item 15?
Yes, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve the following consent agenda items: personnel 1 and 2, curriculum 1 and 2, miscellaneous, finance items 1 through 3, policy and transportation.
Second.
Okay, I'm going to take roll call here. Mr. Ali?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Ms. Keith?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen.
Yes.
All the resolutions and motions are accepted.
Thank you. Right, we'll jump to the last page of our agenda, page 17. So at this time, we will do a public session on any matter. If anyone from the public would like to speak on any matter and address the board, we ask that you just come up, state your name, and you'll be given 3 minutes. All right. Seeing none, can we please have a motion to close this public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? This session is closed.
Thank you. This time, we will adjourn our meeting. We do not have any closed session items this evening, so thank you, everyone. Can we please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? We are,
Thank you so much.
And a presentation.